They've done it, they've actually done it. Dead Space is officially back from the map with a complete remake of the very first game that started it all. I'm so happy for this, and I know a lot of you will be too. It's gonna be a crazy ride. Visual Games sci-fi survival horror classic, originally released in 2008, is being remade by Electronic Arts Motive Studio. They announced during the EA Play Live Digital Showcase. The new Dead Space is coming to PlayStation 5, Windows PC, and Xbox Series X only. It is said this game will raise the level of horror and immersion to unprecedented heights for the franchise through stunning visuals, audio, and controls powered by the Frosbite game engine. Fans will experience an improved story, characters, gameplay mechanics, and more as they fight to survive a living nightmare aboard the desolate mining starship, the USG Ashimura, all while uncovering the dreadful mystery of what happened to the slaughtered crew and ship. Here's the official statement from EA Motive, the developers working on this remake. We have a passionate team at Motive who are approaching this remake as a love letter to the franchise. Going back to the original and having the opportunity to do so on next-gen consoles excited everyone on the team. As we look to modernize the game, we've reached out to dedicated fans and invited them to provide us with feedback since the early stages of production to deliver the Dead Space game they want and for new players to enjoy as well. In Dead Space, Isaac Clarke is an everyman engineer on a mission to repair a vast, sprawling starship, the USG Ashimura, only to discover something has gone horribly wrong. The ship's crew has been slaughtered and infected by some alien scourge, and Isaac's beloved partner, Nicole, is lost somewhere on board. Now Isaac is alone with only his tools and engineering skills as he attempts to uncover the nightmarish mystery of what happened aboard the Ashimura. Now here's some details from a really interesting IGN interview they had with Motive, which gives a lot of details. Make sure you also check it out for yourself. In the interview, EA Motive says, "We started with the original level design of the original Dead Space. What's funny is that you can see some of the iterations that were made prior to ship by the team. In the first chapter, you can see some corridors that they wanted to do first in a certain way, and then you can understand why they changed it for technical constraints or for some other reason. Then in terms of visuals, sound, gameplay, everything, we are rebuilding all of these assets. We are not porting them. It's not appraising the texture or adding more polygons to the model. It's really rebuilding all these elements, shooting all the animations, and etc. We want to make that immersion even deeper with a fully interactive experience from the start screen to the end credits. There's not going to be any moment where we're going to cut your experience, where we're going to cut your camera, for example. You can play it from the start screen to the end credits seamlessly. EA Motive is aiming to maintain what was already there and enhance the UI and ability of Dead Space to keep you focused on its world, but couldn't speak to any specifics just yet," said IGN in the interview. While gameplay specifics are not quite yet revealed, the developers did offer some examples of the team's thinking in maintaining but refining the original's gameplay. They pointed to a few examples like looking to Dead Space 2's advancements to zero gravity segments and how that could be applied to the first game. They also want to add in little missions and segments that weren't in the original, and that adds on to the story and gives it even more exposure, which is really great. The developers finished off on the IGN interview by saying that they're looking to evolve the famed dismemberment mechanics, which allowed Dead Space players to individually splice off the limbs of the various gruesome enemies Isaac faced. He said they're not just looking to make it gorier, but teased that they hope to evolve this core pillar of the combat, alongside other advancements to let more players experience the game. Everything about this Dead Space remake will be updated: the gameplay mechanics, the combat, the enemies, the environments, the spaceships, just everything, and also the dialogues of every character and just the enemies, the planets, and everything. Alright guys, that is all we have for the Dead Space remake. Pretty much everything we need to know. I'm super excited for what's to come out of it, and make sure you guys let me know if you are too. As always, subscribe to stay tuned for more, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Thanks to Richard Westfall, Bruce Rain 236, Thunderbeard, Kianzo Fagari, Rickno23, Diamond Hunter 45, Themistocles, Space Beer Gaming, and Rash Singbati for being a master member on the channel. You can become a survivor member for as as low as 99 cents only by clicking the join button below. This will support me and the channel as a whole to continue making videos on the games that truly deserve it.